she's a fascist and she's a Nazi, and although it looks like she's done really well, it's not inevitable. There is still time for us to take to the streets.
Jamais Le Pen, never again. Jamais Le Pen, never again. Jamais Le Pen, never again.
Marine Le Pen has tried to detoxify the brand of the Front National, but the truth is that she stands in the same tradition as her father, that in recent weeks she's been denying that the French deported Jews under the Vichy regime. Marine Le Pen still has the violent thugs in the background, and privately they still celebrate and revel in the reality of what the Holocaust stood for.
As an anti-racist campaigner, as a member of UAF, I'd like to pass our message to all the anti-racists in France. Now is the time to unite, now is the time to build the biggest anti-racist movement, and we can beat the fascists. We beat them here in Britain and we can beat them in France as well.
Le Pen, never again. Jamais Le Pen, never again.
And I do think that we have to be worried about the future, because the truth of the matter is that the millions of votes that Le Pen has managed to win is because people are suffering. They're suffering as a consequence of austerity, cuts to jobs, people's income, a rundown in public services. And it's in those circumstances that fascist organisations can grow. And unless those problems are addressed, there is a real danger that fascism, not just in France, but right across Europe and across the world, can grow. And we can see more people like Marine Le Pen making major breakthroughs. The majority of people in France are horrified at the prospect that a fascist like Marine Le Pen could occupy the Élysée Palace.
Jamais Le Pen, never again. Jamais Le Pen, never again.
She may wear smart suits, and the people that stand with her may wear smart suits, but behind the facade are still the fascist stormtroopers. There's still the denial that the Holocaust was a significant and horrific period in history.
I mean, let's not forget, here a few years ago we had the rise of the BNP, and we even had Nick Griffin win a seat in the European Parliament, but actually we campaigned vigorously across the Northwest and we got rid of him. And we said it for what it was. He's a Nazi. We don't want him representing us, and that's exactly what we want to see happening in France now. We need people to build an anti-racist movement, a united anti-racist movement that brings together as many people as possible and to push the Nazis off the street and out of the Parliament. I think people are really scared about what's happening with the austerity coming across Europe, with the fact that their kids aren't going to have the opportunities that they've had, and therefore she's been able to use this fear and use it to attack Muslims. And we've seen a massive increase in Islamophobia across France. Today she's using Islamophobia, but let's be quite honest, it's not just Muslims that she's going to attack. She's already started attacking refugees and migrants, and tomorrow it's going to be trade unions and other members of the left. We need to stand together today. We need to unite, build a massive anti-racist movement that can push her off the streets.
We're sending solidarity to anti-racists and anti-fascists in France in the hope that they urgently begin to build the kind of united front that can stop Marine Le Pen in her tracks and ensure that we don't see a continued growth of fascism in France and elsewhere.
Never again.